Evening, everybody. It's Jay Carr, Superstar with Through Earth's Eyes, taking a look at this week's weather. We're going straight to windy.com here to take a look at our global wind maps. So you got a few storms out here off the Pacific coast. Hawaii's really been getting it. Apparently they had 191 mile an hour winds at the top of Mauna Kea or Mauna Loa last week. A little bit of snow up there too, which I believe is the lowest they've ever had it since it's been recorded. So let's go straight here to the US. Gonna take a look at our rain and thunder for the week here. Get you out of the way. Alright, here we are, Monday, February 18th at 8:43 p.m. So we'll go with 9. We're going to press play and see what happens. Starting off, we have a storm system over the Four Corners area, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. Then out here we have a little bit of a system with some snow up north and some rain in the south. Pretty powerful looking. Look at those winds. We'll take a look and see what those winds are later. That looks like it's going out towards Greenland, Iceland, maybe. We'll see. Alright. So here we are going into Tuesday. We're looking at snow across New Mexico, Colorado, rain, southern Texas, Dallas. Looks like it's getting it. Houston. More up there in the Pacific Northwest. They're no strangers to rain. However, they've been getting a lot of snow lately. Have to take a look at the temperatures and see what they're planning on getting. That system moving over into Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, northern Utah on Wednesday, Tuesday night. System moving across the upper Midwest Wednesday night. Looks like the South is really going to get it Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Look at that. Then Thursday morning, once again, looks like Arizona's going to get it. Flagstaff, I believe, is right up here. That's almost down to Phoenix. But that looks like rain right down in there. Continuing on to Friday. This little area right here, I believe this is where the atmospheric river is coming in. You can see it. I think it looks like it's kind of collapsed. This precipitation last week was coming up this way. Arctic air was coming down this way, creating a lot of snow. But it looks like we have some vortexes out here off the coast that are kind of pushing it up north. That will most likely be coming back down here into Washington. So it's good to see that gone because California really got it last week. I'm sure some of you know. Okay, here we are at Saturday. A little bit more of the same. Northwest, upper Midwest, thunderstorms across the south. Ooh-wee, let's take a look at this week's temperatures. We're going to go ahead and push play from Monday. There is Arctic air in the purple. We are looking at blue. That is frozen air. And this green is, well, let's see, what is that? 40, 50 degrees right in there. So last month we saw the polar vortex drops. That all this purple basically kind of, if you follow my mouse here, just dipped, I think went all the way down here into Sinaloa, Mexico, right in there. And then back up here, that's back when Chicago had those crazy pictures of the Great Lakes and the frozen apples in Michigan. All right. Well, there we are. Let's take a look at these winds. I want to see what's going on out here. This is that storm. 41 mile an hour sustained wind. Ooh-wee, 44. Let's look at those waves. Of course, that's not right now. There we go. This is right now. And that's the storm. Yeah, same thing. 42 miles an hour. Waves, 21 feet out there. What's this out here? 28-foot waves. You guys want to go for a boat ride? I believe Arctic sea ice covers all of this, and that's why there's no waves. That is correct, actually. So right up into here, we have these 28-foot swells going right out towards Iceland and kind of colliding with the ice shelf right there. That's really something. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our global snowfall forecast for the country. Starting today, that's what we're looking at. Really a lot in Colorado. 13 inches right here. I don't know what that did. We don't need that. No? Come on. I don't even know how to get out of this. I guess we'll just try it again. Alright, there we go. So today, let's see here, 14 inches, 13. That's going out 45 hours. So that's the next 2 days. Strange, usually they have 240 hour. Let's see if I can get out to, yeah, they don't have the data for all this. Wow, I've never seen that before. I wonder what's coming. Well, we saw it over on Windy. So, lots of snow, that's for sure. They'll probably update this tomorrow. Maybe the next day. Arctic sea ice, we took a look at that on windy.com. There it is. There's your median ice edge from 1981 to 2010 in that yellow line. Mind you, we go through cycles where ice recedes and advances, so it's an average. So if you wanted to say we were above average and you're right here, you would be right. And if you wanted to say we were below average and you were over here in the water and cold, you would also be right. So there we have it. It's coming down pretty far. Great Lakes right there, and the ice sheets. Sea ice goes all the way down to the latitude of the Great Lakes. That's cold. Alrighty, getting over here to space weather, taking a look at our planetary K index. This is our solar intensity coming from the sun. Here at KP0, that means there is 0 measurable solar rays coming from the sun. That means we are getting cosmic rays from beyond the sun. That leads to increased cloud nucleation. But we popped up here to 3. We're supposed to get a geomagnetic storm from the sun here probably in the next day. So we might see this go up here into 4 or 5 tomorrow. Nothing too extreme, just moderate. There's a coronal hole. If you're interested in that, take a look at Suspicious Observers here on YouTube. They go into it quite in depth. And last but not least, earthquakes. No quakes of note. We had a couple days ago a big fella here. I think that was a 6.4 right here in Indonesia. That was like 250 miles deep. It's taken off here, but we should expect some big activity right here in this area. Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, right in that area. Right up in here. Here's a new one. 3.5 in Alaska. These ones a lot of people hurt. Up there in San Francisco, these are 2s, but I think it was yesterday morning or maybe 2 days ago, there was a couple 3s, and one of them only lasted 2 seconds. It was a big bang. It lasted, just like I said, 2 seconds. People thought it was a bomb or something, but nope. This little seismic activity. The rest of the country is quiet. What do we got down here? 2.5, California, to be expected. Real-time tremor map showing us the rate of the slow slip in the Pacific Northwest. If you read the New Yorker magazine that came out a few years ago about the big one in Seattle, this is what they're talking about. There should be little red dots like this. It's the last 48 hours of tremor. And each of these little spots, these little triangles here, is a monitoring station. These are not earthquakes, they're tremors. It's this plate sliding under this plate. It's friction. Like if you were to hold your hands above one another and push them in opposite directions, there would be friction, and certain spots would hold before other spots gave. And then ultimately it would lock, and that's when you get your earthquake. When it locks, the slow slip stops. You don't have any red dots. So here we are. Usually we have hundreds, sometimes thousands of these big swarms. But let's look at this. 30 minutes of movement in the last 24 hours compared to almost 2 hours in the last 48 hours. Getting down here to 12.2 hours, 6 hours, and nothing in the last 3 hours. The whole plate's been moving for a couple weeks now, so we should be watching for this to stop. We don't want, but if you're looking for the big earthquake, you would expect to see nothing there. All right, everybody. It's cold out there. Weather's changing. If you have any pictures or any contributions to any of the things I covered today, feel free to email me. It's at throughearthseyes@gmail.com. We love to hear from our viewers. We'll upload your pictures and comments here. It's always cool to see what we're looking for pan out, to find out how accurate these models are and how dependable they are. Unfortunately, I've been looking at weather.com, WeatherBug, lots of other weather sources. I've been taking screenshots of them and looking at their forecasts up to like maybe, I don't know, 5-6 days out, and they pretty much just generically show here in Denver at least 50 and sunny every day. Well, I watch these models here, and I see storms coming, and I tell people it's going to snow that night, and they tell me it's not going to because it's supposed to be 50 and sunny, and then it snows that night. So why we are seeing discrepancies between actual weather and mainstream media forecasts, I do not know, but mine seems dependable to me, and I would like to extend that out to you guys too, and hopefully can be a part of it, and we can get more accurate together. I use all government websites except for Windy here. I think Windy's a private site. I don't know a whole lot about it except for how to use it, about who funds it and all